Hi guys, welcome to the first video of my channel, and today we'll be reviewing the Warhammer 40k Conquest magazine. For those of you who don't know, Conquest is a subscription based magazine where you pay a certain amount each week and they send you a magazine, miniatures, paints and all other kinds of goodies. So with the subscription you do actually get some pretty cool goodies, and these are all free. In some of the next issues you're looking at getting the painting handle, a set of brushes, the modelling tools, so the clippers, the glue and the mould line cutters that you need. It's all pretty good stuff to have. It's all really handy and you will use it, but that is the good thing about the subscription, is the fact that you do get this all free. Obviously if you are buying it from your local newsagents or your local WH Smith or Games Workshop store, you're not going to get these things with it. It is only subscription based. I actually had to run out and get the magazine today because my subscription wasn't going to be here in time for me to review it the day it came out, so unfortunately I'm still waiting for that to come. But I had to review it, so I went and got it for you guys just so that I could show you it straight off the bat. I was just too excited to wait. To begin with, let's break down the cost. Now, taking a look at issue 1, it is only £1.99. Now if you ask me, that is a fantastic price for what you get within the magazine. The free paints alone are double, triple even what the magazine itself costs, with Macragge being £2.55 regular resale price, a Bad and Black £2.55 regular resale price, and Retributor Armour £3.50 regular resale price. So just that alone, it is triple, maybe even quadruple what the price of the first issue is. That's not including the free miniatures you get and the starter paintbrush. Now I know on Games Workshop website they sell the free intercessors, the starter paintbrush and 6 of the mini paint pots for £20, and you are getting these for £1.99. Obviously as the weeks go on, the magazines themselves will get more expensive. The second issue is £4.99, and from what I can tell every issue after that is £7.99. Just from doing my research I can also see that it appears to only be UK and Ireland based, so other areas of the world, I'm sorry, but unfortunately I don't think this magazine is coming to you guys. Now that we've broken down the cost of the magazine, I'd really like to jump into the magazine and see what goodies there are inside. Personally, I think if you are new to the 40k universe, you haven't got an army yet, or you can't really afford to go out and spend hundreds of pounds on a brand new army straight away, this is a really good starting point. Just a pre-warning for you, those of you who are getting the magazine and haven't had a chance to look through it yet, this video will contain spoilers. We are going to look through the magazine. If you don't want to see that, then click away from the video now. So if we delve into the very first page of the magazine, you will see a pretty little index, and this is telling us about everything that this magazine has got to offer. So we have the 41st Millennium, 40k History 1, and Empire Torn in 2, 40k History 2. This I really like, because if there is one thing I absolutely love, it is reading up on 40k history. I love delving into how the armies came about the Astartes, about the Emperor, about the heretics. I love it all. It's just fascinating. Next we have Space Marines Chapters 1, Space Ultramarines Chapters 2, The Battle for Luna Battles 1, and Intercessors Space Marines Warriors 1. There are also sections on how to build intercessors, and how to paint intercessors. We won't review that in this video. There will be a part 2 and we will actually be painting and building the models together. The next great thing about this magazine, to you, those of you who are new to the 40k universe, is it does have a tutorial on playing the game. So not only is this magazine going to give you your history, it's going to tell you all about the chapters, it's going to give you building, painting tutorials, it's also going to tell you how to play the game. Just from flicking through the magazine, it's actually got some pretty cool stuff in here. One thing that I love is looking at the pages. The artwork on it is just amazing. I love that 40k artwork. You know, every time I buy a new 40k book or 30k book or Horus Heresy or any Warhammer book, in fact, the artwork, I'm just astounded by it. It's just so good. And you can see that all throughout this magazine. If we move on to the second page, you can see that it's all based around the 41st millennia. So this is giving us a brief history of what's going on Earth, what's happening with the Emperor, all kinds of goodies. This is a pretty cool page within the magazine. It's showing you all the different loyalist Astartes. So you've got Iron Hands, White Scars, Salamanders, Ultramarines, Dark Angels, Silver Templars, Imperial Fists and Raven Guard. And it shows you how all that armours are painted. So if you wanted to, I don't know, perhaps you wasn't really feeling the Ultramarines, you wanted to change your models up, you could just look at these and you'd know exactly how to paint them, which to me is pretty cool. I'm not a loyalist myself. I'm more towards the heretic side of things, but that's just me. So you can imagine I'm really looking forward to issue 2 with the Death Guard. Yes, cannot wait. It's going to be amazing. This next page, just a little bit of history on the Ultramarines. They are the stars of the show in issue 1. So it's just telling you all about their homeworld, what their specialisms are, the chapter masters, their Primarch, Robo Gilliman. Not really my favourite Primarch, but each to their own. Like I said, I am a heretic girl. On this next page, just a little bit more about the Ultramarines. Just a quick paint guide to how you can paint your Ultramarines helmets depending on their position. So you've got your sergeants, your veteran sergeants, your veterans and your lieutenants, and these are all the different ways you can paint them. We've also got all the different sigils you can put on their shoulder pads. Most sets of models you buy will come with a transfer sheet, and to be honest, it's just so much easier to transfer them on than to actually freehand paint them. But if you prefer to freehand paint, then go for it. You might as well enjoy them. They're your models. Do what you want with them. So I'm not going to show you every single page of the magazine. I'm just skipping through to the pages that I think are interesting, that I really like the look of, and that I think you guys will too. So I also just want to show you this page on the intercessors. If I'm pronouncing that wrong, please tell me. So again, we can see some pretty cool artwork here. This is actually my favourite picture within the whole magazine. It is just awesome. This is going to tell you all about the intercessors, tells you what armour they wear, all about like a little brief history of them. It's also telling you that within the Codex Astartes, that different ones have different rules. There's just little information here. And then just another page just explaining all about their armour. Like I said earlier on in the video, we won't really be delving into the building and the painting side of the magazine. It's really something I want to delve into a part 2. It's really what this channel is all about: painting miniatures, building miniatures. This is just something that I really wanted to do on the side because it's just such a cool magazine and something I'm really interested in. and it's just going to be really awesome to be able to show you guys how I paint miniatures and try to give you guys tips and tricks on making your painting easier. But we'll just have like a very quick little run through of it. So on this page, this is showing you how to build. It's just some really quick tips on how to build your miniatures, nothing too in depth. Just a really simple guide to it. If we move on to the next page. Now, this was probably the only part of the magazine that I was disappointed in, and it is the painting guide. I'm all about painting miniatures. I play miniatures, but what I really enjoy is the painting side of things. It is something that I do daily. I'm always getting new models, always testing my abilities, you know, trying to perfect my skills. So for new starters, when I come across this, I was actually a little bit disappointed. Now, if you are really young, you know, you're like 8, 9, 10 sort of age, then this is probably actually going to be quite good for you. It's probably a good starting point for people who, or not so much people, but young children who haven't actually got much of a skill set when it comes to painting. Really quick guide, you know, get them done quickly, ready to play. That's great. But for someone who really wants to take pride in their models and wants a fantastic looking army, this is not going to get you there. All it shows you is how to paint with the free colours that they have provided in the magazine. Now, if you are someone who's looking to do shades, highlights, all the fine detail within the miniatures, this is not going to get you there. Just taking a look at this page, this is the final result of the miniatures. Now for me, I would not be happy to take these to a battle. If I'm battling, then my miniatures need to be on point. You know, all the detail, all the highlights, they need to look fantastic. But unfortunately, this just isn't going to get you there. But we can discuss this more in part 2 when I do actually build and show you how to paint Ultramarines Intercessors. Moving on to the last bit of the magazine, it is the tutorials on the battle. Like I said before, this is actually really good for those of you who are new to the 40k universe, perhaps don't really know what it's all about, don't know how to battle. This is the stuff you need to be reading. It's going to give you all the tips and tricks that you need to know. This is basically just telling you what 40k is, what all about the tabletop game, what they do. If we then move on to the next page, it gives you mission briefings. These are actually battles that you can play, so if you don't want to just build an army and play a game, you can actually go for mission briefings and play a battle how it was meant to be played, which I haven't ever done that myself, but it's not something I wouldn't never try. It could be quite cool, it could be quite fun. Who knows, maybe one day I'll give it a try, maybe one day I'll take you guys with me and we can experience it together. One thing that is actually pretty cool is that in your first issue you are getting a pretty cool poster. Now for those of you who are absolutely 40k mad, you are going to love this. I'll try and put a clip of it up here so you can see the whole picture. I'm still trying to figure out how to do things like that, so if it's not there, I'm sorry, but I will try. So this brings us to the end of the magazine, guys. I just want to show you on the back, it does show you what is coming in the next issue, and we can look forward, especially me being a heretic girl, to the Death Guard. Now these, I cannot wait to get these and I cannot wait to paint them. It is going to be awesome. I just love the detail. Not so keen on the green. I prefer to do mine more of like a dirty white, but obviously we're going to paint it exactly how they show us to paint it in here. We're just going to add the detail. Thanks for watching the first video of my channel, guys. If you enjoyed it, please hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up and hit that bell icon so that you get notified every time I upload a video. we've got loads of great content coming to you, loads of painting tutorials, putting miniatures together. Every week we're going to have 2 videos on the Conquest magazine, one reviewing the magazine and the second one on how to paint the miniatures that come in the magazine. If you have any tips or tricks that you would like to share with me, please leave them in the comments below, or if you need to correct my pronunciation on any of the things, because I'm sure I said some of it wrong, please leave it in the comments. Thanks guys, bye.